Hey guys, I've been challenged to go up against hardest AI. I know, it is the greatest challenge. I hear they have devious military stratagems. In this game, I'm going to be taking one of the most popular civilizations, English, and I'm going to be showing a pretty simple build order on this map, Lipany, with English against Rus, but can be anyone really. But for the purpose of this, it's going to be Rus. Let's begin the game. First thing you do is make 2 villagers, put all your villagers on sheep, take your scout, pick up the 2 sheep next to you. Then you take 2 villagers, you make a lumber camp. You take 2 villagers, make a mining camp. Send the sheep to your base, to the top right corner, basically towards the middle of the map. Your next villager goes to wood, and then you're gonna make a mill and a house, like so. So we've basically got 0 villagers on food right now. We sent 2 to gold, 3 to wood. Everything else goes to food, but because of the food bank that we begin with, it is perfectly acceptable not to have anyone in food for a bit. This build order will be utilizing a solid starting economy and will then see you to go to feudal age without too much emphasis on castle age, imperial or anything like that. Castle and Imperial are definitely stages of the game that you will want to go to eventually. But as we see sometimes, especially for some of the players that are newer to Age of Empires 4, that already struggle with the macro mechanics that you need for optimized strategies, I'm just gonna keep this fairly simple. When you get 50 wood and 150 gold, you upgrade Wheelbarrow. The reason we're getting Wheelbarrow in Dark Ages is because it is a valuable economical upgrade. It definitely adds more value when you have a lot of villagers, but the reason we get it early anyway is because we can. English is very good defensively. Our villagers can attack enemy villagers that would try to tower rush us. We can even fend off scouts or spearmen with villagers to a degree, and we have the network of castles attack speed bonus when we're near our own town center. Alright, we're gonna make this farm right here and this farm right here. Now let me talk a little bit about building positioning. We always build the mill exactly to the center point of the town center, away from the middle of the map. In this way, we will be farming away from our enemy, which makes it less likely we lose villagers to longbow or night harass. Every time we have 37 wood, we take 1 villager away from sheep farming, and we send that villager to make another farm. We will go up to a desired amount of farms in order to have a solid economy. So we still have 3 on wood, we still have 2 on gold, everything else goes on the sheep. We keep sending the sheep to the other corner that is not next to our farm and mill location. And every time we have 37 wood, we make another farm. Now let's talk a little bit about the location. The mill is away, like I said. Now, anything needs to be inside the influence area of the mill in order to benefit from 15, 20 or 25% bonus food gathering on a farm next to a mill. As long as the tippy corner of the farm touches the influence area, that is enough. And funnily enough, it doesn't matter where they drop off their food, so long as they're in the influence area. So you see that villagers are actually preferring to drop off on the town center. They always choose that which is nearest them. And as they prefer that, we can therefore build our mill exactly 2 slots away from the town center, so that they can go to their preferred spot and we can get the best possible gathering for our farms. Okay, once we've got 6 farms, next thing we're gonna do is make a house. Once we have enough wood for that, and we do, so we're gonna build the house right here. And you'll note that the feudal age is quite slow. This is okay. Alright, we're gonna take 3 villagers from food, and we're gonna make the council hall exactly here over this piece of farm. Try to copy my exact farm location. I don't want to spend too long talking about it because it may feel intimidating or detail oriented, but this is the optimized farm location. So try to build it exactly in this pattern. You can try it against the AI. Alright, now we are going to take a couple of villagers off of food keeping just 8, and we'll always keep 8 for now. We're gonna send all our new villagers to gold. And for the purpose of it, that's around the 440 mark. We'll control group our council hall. And if you're really good, you can put all future production buildings in different groups, but I put most of them in the same group. Gonna make another house, because we still can. We've got the wood, why not? So we've got 6 farms right now. We've got plenty of sheep. And we're gonna send 5 villagers in total to gold. And we'll just stay there. Our strategy is going to be longbows, spearmen, and men-at-arms. We will start with longbows and spearmen. Once we have enough wood, we're going to be adding a barracks. Actually, let's do 4. We'll keep just 4 villagers on gold and nothing more. Alright, now we're going to make a barracks. I'm adding it to the same group, but feel free to use a different one. I'm gonna rally the longbows here and the barracks here. Of course, we should also scout our opponent. That's the one part that I didn't spend a lot of time now thinking about or talking about. We're gonna check out what they're doing. Once we get to feudal, we can immediately start making units, but we don't need to. What do you prefer? Do you prefer an economic approach with a bit of a later attack, or do you prefer more units and attack faster? If it's units you prefer, you can step on the longbow production now, and spearman, and men-at-arms. For now I'm just going to get the men-at-arms upgrade, so we got that out of the way. If you are more of the economic approach, go ahead and build another lumber camp, get the broad axes upgrade, and that is going to help us later down the road to have more wood. And we're always going to need wood, because we're going to be wanting to add a couple of more farms later on. At this time in the game, we could be getting attacked already by various things. This is not for against French how I'm playing it right now. Against French, you want to make spearman earlier, and you want to have 5 villagers on council hall. And then you can make a couple of spears and try to defend against those French knights. Okay, now we're just gonna draw in exactly what we see. We see barracks and stable. I'm not gonna hypothesize any more about the what could be's. I'm going to respond exactly to what is. These have melee attacks, so I'm going to get melee armor. We're not going under their town center yet, so it is not yet important for us to have ranged armor upgrade. I'm gonna make 4 more farms in exactly this position. And another house. So what do we want against stables? They can make horsemen or knights. Is he going to make knights or horsemen? This we don't know, so we should check for it. We can make a couple of units at home. We're keeping it simple. I'm not adhering too heavily to certain unit compositions, but I'm trying to teach you how to scout and react. Longbow barracks needs make spears, so we need longbows for that, or men-at-arms. And stables makes horsemen or knights. Spearman counters both of those, so we can just keep making longbows and spearman. We'll also get the ranged armor the ranged attack upgrade. You can see that our economy is flowing nicely. We recently upgraded from 8 on food into 12 on food, and that's going to do us pretty well. We also have the broad axis upgrade, which is a percentage increase in economy gathering. That's exactly what you want on your largest representation of villager cluster. After all, that's the one that will benefit the most from a percentage upgrade. Now we're going to keep making units. We're checking, okay, how much gold are you gathering? He's gathering with 3, so it's probably not knights. He's getting a blacksmith, so I'm thinking it's horsemen and spears. And we now actually get a visual of that. We currently have the better army. I'm just going to put everything I have in one control group to keep it simple. And then we're going to take 2 villagers. We're going to build an outpost somewhere. It doesn't have to be greedily close to them. Anytime you need houses, just take your gold villagers, make a house and shift click back on the gold. You can make a bunch at once in order to keep things simple for yourself and keep making units. Alright. You can just manually pull back your melee when they get too far ahead, or you can have 2 separate control groups for your melee and your ranged. But if you do that, you keep having to update new longbows into group 1, new melee into group 2 and so on. So it's easier just to control only your longbows by control left clicking the longbows. So I'm moving with everything in one control group, yeah? I control left click longbows, now only they are being controlled. I can also do this via the UI, control left click. Then you can target down the units that need targeting down. Okay, now we're gonna get siege engineering. We have a really strong economy behind this. Gonna make another outpost. We're gonna make all men-at-arms now and longbows and get the longbow healing upgrade. And now we're going for a ram attack. Now, let's fast forward, think a bit. If the ram attack works or doesn't work, we can try to go all in here and win the game outright. But let's say if it doesn't, because we make rams, we have a lot of wood. Because we have a lot of wood, we have the freedom to do this. Q, W, left click, shift click, Q, A. Left click, 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 left click. Right click to cancel the farms. Right click again on the mill. Villagers have done their job, they will go home. We make as many men-at-arms and longbowmen as we can. And then we make a ram. Little trick about rams, if you build them inside your units, when you're very clumped, all of them can build them. Even units that are inside the ram, you build even faster than if you build a ram in a spot that doesn't have units yet. 5 head. Another cool trick. Hide how many rams you have. Build rams on rams. I heard you like rams. So now we're gathering a lot from farms. We didn't need to get farms that early. We could just be going for the sheep first. Alright, we've got 2 rams. Let's attack. We have attack speed bonus. Let's get bloomery. No, now we actually want ranged armor because we're going to go under town center fire shortly. The cool thing is, if you group your council hall and your barracks together, because council hall only has longbows, it actually shows the men-at-arms in the same group under the all grouping. If you were to do it the other way around, you control group your barracks, control F4, control 4, and then you add your council hall. You don't see the longbows, you see spearmen. So when it comes to just spamming men-at-arms, you first want to group your council hall, then your barracks. Luckily it often goes this way, because that's the building that becomes available first, usually. I mean, you can make Dark Age barracks. Alright. I really feel like almost anyone that watches this can copy this. At least against hard AI. And I know there's players out there, and there's no shame in this, that have not yet been able to beat hardest AI. And with English, it's really easy and satisfying. And it'll be so satisfying when you finally do it. So you should definitely give it a try. Practice it a bit against AI easy. And then follow these steps. You won't be able to do everything necessarily as fast. Some people watching may be able to do it faster. Congrats. And that's a very easy way to play English, with a nice little rush. If you liked tutorials like this, let's make it more targeted next time. Give me some ideas which civs you struggle with and which civ you play and why you struggle with them. Then I can hypothetically create an even more realistic scenario with a build order that would be helping you out in that situation. I won't be providing written build orders for this. You can write it down in your own writing style. It's just quicker for me to produce in this way. And hopefully I can be more prolific creating build orders by lowering the threshold of, let's say, required effort. And then I can help more people with their specific build orders instead. Let me know. Of course, the basic tenets of RTS apply. Never stop making villagers, if possible. Never have idle villagers. And these are ambitions. They're not draconian rules. Is there a way to remove units from a group? Let's say if I have a group of 12 villagers, but I only want 9. Sadly, no. There is no way to do that in Age of Empires 4 at this time. Because we have unlimited amount of unit grouping, there would be no way to show all that in such a small area. StarCraft 2 solves this by having a paging system, page 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Warcraft 1 solves this by only allowing 6 units in your control group. And Warcraft 2 only allows 9. Warcraft 3 only allows 12. So you can see where the problem is. Once it goes unlimited, individual units become less important. But SE2 does allow it with the paging system, which it has its own issues, because Observer could be on page 6 when you have a large group of all armies selected. There is a select all idols button. I've given the hotkey myself to Control F1, so that's quite helpful. Hope you enjoyed this build order, and make sure to leave in the comments what builds you would like to see. Now, back to Twitch.